Is it all going? More TV ads, salaries, not building houses for homeless people, not fixing up New Orleans or Afghanistan. No, ads, 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 ads. We don't have to have the other industrial complexes. Now we have the election industrial complex. Enabled by both supposed opposing parties, where Republicans stand, of course, for greed, corruption, pollution, bigotry, and war, and Democrats stand for pretending to feel guilty about greed, corruption, pollution, bigotry, and war. Deal makers instead of leaders. Deal makers instead of leaders. I mean, John Kerry, Al Gore, Bill and Hillary Clinton, and yes, Obama, especially Pelosi, they're deal makers. They are not leaders. And the whole agenda is makeover instead of reform. Oh my God, I got in with these people. Finally, I've been elected. Now what do I do? Ah, fuck the voters, fuck the constituents. I need to be skulking around the halls of power, trying on as many different shades of brown lipstick as I can. And hey, if I've got so much on my face I look like Ronald McDonald, I can be a committee chair. And then if I use that to put so much brown lipstick on my face I look like Al Jolson, you can stick a nickel in it, then maybe I can be a lobbyist when I leave public service and then get to lobby the very next day for the corporations I was supposed to be regulating. Maybe they'll even let me on the board of directors. How do you hold somebody like that accountable when so many wide-eyed people who should know better, think it's mission accomplished just to belong to the Barack Obama fan club, and that's all they need to do? My biggest worry of all about the Barack star is that he's drawing so many inspired people into the process that if he does turn out to be business as usual, he's going to break the hearts of a whole generation who don't bother to participate in any way ever again, except writing a little blog read by 5 people. I don't know. I was crossing my fingers for a while, but legalizing the wiretaps showed me, yep, business as usual. I remember all too well somebody else who had the audacity to misuse people's hope as a Pied Piper for the corporate agenda, and his name is Bill Clinton. That's what worries me. So laugh at Ralph Nader or not, but I think he had something interesting to say a couple months ago. You're throwing away your vote if you allow and condone this behavior. But don't worry, they'll fix it anyway because neither Obama or Hillary have said a peep about vote fraud through touch-screen digital voting machines. How many of you saw the panel in here about the ES&S machines? And that was just one of the 4 manufacturers. How easy it is not to just use different ink to get people's paper ballots to switch, but you can even take out the little, I think it's a card thing, they give you a plastic thing and put your own, I think they were showing a Palm Pilot or something, weren't they? And you can not only change votes in that little voting machine, you can send a virus through the whole system that the county's never going to figure out was there. One person can make a difference. Voting should not be privatized. And Greg Palast, who's done a lot of research on this and wrote The Best Democracy Money Can Buy, told me 2 days ago that he doesn't even think the fraud within the machinery is the worst problem this time around. It's that these same companies, ES&S and Sequoia and Premier, formerly Diebold, now the states are privatizing out to them, going over voter registration applications. They decide who gets to vote and get to decide who has a felony conviction on their record that they never knew existed because of, you know, trying to vote while black or something like that. So even if 80% of the people fall for the Barack star, you may well see the Eraserhead baby as president instead. More good news. How many of you saw this? Mother Jones' cover story on China that came out February of this year. Can the world survive China's rush to emulate the American way of life? And of course, trying to emulate the American way of life is mistake number 1, if you ask me, but perhaps somebody could do better. Lots of interesting statistics in here. China, these are all quotes coming up now. China has declared a logging ban on what little remained of its old growth